During Duffy Daugherty's time as head football coach at Michigan State University, a Hawaiian Pipeline was created. With the help of Tom Kaulukukui Sr., former head football coach at the University of Hawaii and dear friend of Daugherty, a number of players from the islands made their way to East Lansing. There were 11 players total from Hawaii, with 10 playing under Daugherty. The first Islander to play was William Ka'ai in 1955. Larry Cundiff, Roger Lopez, Charlie Wiedemeyer, Bob Apisa, James Nicholson, and Dick Kenny would follow, with Kaleane, Arnold Morgado, and Doug Wan in the 1970s being the last. The two coaches following Daugherty decided not to recruit out of Hawaii, but Muddy Waters, Michigan State head football coach from 1980 to 1982, tried to retap the Hawaiian Pipeline and landed the 11th Hawaiian football player, Carter Kamana, in 1980.
The Hawaiians were greatly involved and important part of the MSU football team in the mid-60s.
There were many factors that went into the Islanders choosing Michigan State as their football stomping ground, with one being the tradition that had been created.
Yeah, there was Larry Cundiff, who was, I'm not sure, one of the people that attended Michigan State, was my high school football coach. That was one person that I really respected. Then it was Tommy Kaulukukui and his relationship with Duffy Daugherty.
It was just a tradition to know that from Duffy Daugherty's time, with a great player like Bob Apisa going to Michigan State, and then the many that followed him, just added to that tradition.
Another draw for players from Hawaii was the fact that the Big Ten was the top conference in college football during Duffy Daugherty's time.
My assistant coach at Barrington High School played at Purdue. And he said, Bob, if you want to get your okole kicked, okole is your rear end, go to the Big Ten with the best. And at that time, the Big Ten is what the SEC is today. It was the best, it was the toughest conference in the entire country.
While 11 was a large amount for the football program, 11 was nothing amongst MSU's student body, letting the boys from Hawaii stand out.
Being Hawaiian at Michigan State at the time was like being a rare bird. People had never seen one before.
Michigan was a whole new world to the football players from Hawaii, but their experiences at MSU are some they will cherish forever.
Where I am in life right now is because of this school. Where I am in life back in Hawaii is because of this school.
I really don't think you have to say a whole lot. The school speaks for itself. If you want to go to a top-notch university, Michigan State is right up there with any other university.
Those who are a part of the Hawaiian Pipeline would like to see more kids from the islands attend Michigan State, but what they would love to see happen is for the pipeline to get reestablished.
I am told that the MSU football program does not recruit in Hawaii, and I think that's a great mistake because our kids go all over the nation and they end up playing in the pros. So it would be terrific for Michigan State if they came here and they competed with everybody else to try to get the finest football players they can from Hawaii, to the mainland.
You lose interest in schools. Like right now, I'm interested in Oregon because their quarterback is from my high school, Mariota. So, and we follow the local kids here. A lot of them are attending West Coast schools.
Yeah, it should start up again because there's a lot of great players that come out of the state. They just got to get off the mentality that kids from Hawaii won't come out that far, but they will. They give an opportunity.
It's a matter of where we are at this present moment. When you have winning programs on the West Coast, you're going to stick to the West Coast because it's like Jim Nicholson, seeing a winning program that we developed. They came here, regardless of the climatic conditions.
If we had some players here from Hawaii, it would certainly generate interest in us following the football program again.
Michigan State's a great university, a great football program, and it should be able to contend with any university bringing kids from Hawaii there. They just need to plan and set up a pipeline to get back out here again and use the players that they've had that live in Hawaii now as a stepping board to get these kids.
The players who came through the Hawaiian Pipeline accomplished a lot during their time at Michigan State University. Numerous bowl game appearances, multiple national championships, including the back-to-back in 1965 and 1966, numerous conference titles, and a tradition that is yearning to be continued. Almost all the players continued on in the National Football League and made great contributions in the football world. Reporting for The Changeup, I am Leah Kamanah.